everyone, this is Kathy Lean with your BK Crypto Crusher Top 10 Cryptocurrency Technical Outlook for the coming week. Now, before we begin, we had a huge sell-off in cryptocurrencies this past week. Crypto Crusher caught a lot of those moves with first targets hit in Cardano, Binance, Doge, Terra, and Solano. Taking a look at Cardano, for example, this is kind of indicative of a lot of the other coins we had, where the sell signal was triggered well before that breakdown that we saw in cryptocurrencies. Same thing with Binance, where we basically caught the first move. There's a significant amount of continuation. With Bitcoin, we got in early as well, right around the 60,000 mark. It went as far down as 56,474. Hopefully, for those of you that took that trade, you've gotten out of some of that because that was a very big move. Ethereum, same story, really big move lower, very nice moves. And, that's just the top 10 coins. With all of the coins in general, you can see that we had targets hit on a number of them if you want to delve beyond the most actively traded instruments. So really good week for Crypto Crusher. Basically caught a lot of the turns right as they were happening. Now we're ending the past week and starting the new one with a bounce in most of the cryptocurrencies. You're taking a look at Bitcoin. Biddy is bouncing after a deep move. Now, we're still below the 20 and 50 SMA on the daily chart. And if you draw the fib here, you can see that we've got very significant resistance right around this mark. I would even just bump it up. You can say 59,600 to 60,000. There's a lot of resistance with the 23.6% fib. We have the 50 SMA. We have these spike lows. So that level is very significant. Whether or not Biddy heads towards renewed highs really hinges upon how it trades at that level. For now, I think it's probably smarter to sell around that point rather than buy it. The downtrend, still remains intact for Bitcoin. 4-hour charts, kind of really drum in the significance of this level here. We should see a little bit more of a recovery on Friday, Monday, depending upon how Friday closes, or how things go over the weekend, because crypto does trade, 7 days a week. But this is the point of key resistance. So you can try to sell here, but if it closes in a very meaningful way above that, then we can see a much more stronger recovery. Ethereum's having a much stronger recovery than Bitcoin. Taking a look, bringing our fibs in, you can also see that we're actually back above the 23.6% fib. We've got resistance right around the 45,000 mark, which is right where we have the 20 SMA. This is not necessarily a strong bounce because we haven't recaptured Thursday's low. Taking a look at the 4-hour charts, we've got a lot of resistance above. So, while I do like Ethereum on a long-term basis, there's a lot of inflection points that we have to watch. And I can't say that the downtrend is over. In fact, I think there's probably a bit more downside. Binance bouncing right off the 50 SMA. Taking a look at the 4-hour charts, resistance is going to be around 612. And I think it may get there, but it's going to follow the other two coins in the way that they move. Solano, also bouncing off the 50 SMA. Taking a look at the 4-hour charts, you can see that we've got resistance right around the 224 mark. If Solana ends up closing the day lower than, let's say, 210, then we could definitely see a renewed leg lower. Litecoin has resistance at around 230, and the shorter term charts also suggest that the downtrend is not over. XRP, Ripple, also resistance at the 20-50 SMA, more resistance than some of the other coins. Taking a look at the fibs, we'll draw it from here to here. The major support level is this spike low here, and then the resistance up here. It's really just range bound more than anything else. Cardano broken down, bouncing back up towards the 200 SMA, which basically is this bottom here. And right now the downtrend remains intact. It's not, and whether or not it recaptures that level will determine whether it goes back up to 2. Luna also, below the 50-20, I think, and this is basically trend line support here. My trend lines are not being drawn so great. But, we've got some trend line support here. We've broken below the trend line. This is a channel. And, the downtrend and the breakdown remains intact. It needs to really get back into the zone here for us to turn bullish. Doge, also moving lower, looking like with the 20 wants to cross below the 100, which is not good news for Doge. Resistance at 25 cents. 26 cents, which is where we have the moving averages. I think downtrend still remains intact. Polkadot, also lower highs. We've got this horizontal support line, support turned resistance line that I'm watching. And it does still look like it's like a head. This is a shoulder, a head. Maybe it'll form another shoulder. I am not positive on this. And then last, but certainly not least, Shiba Inu, it's bouncing off much stronger than the other instruments, up 18% on Friday compared to, which is double the biggest mover, Solana. It looks like it wants to get, higher to the 20 SMA. And it's got some unique factors that are driving it up in terms of news flow. And so this, on a relative basis, this looks a lot better. If you want to follow our trade ideas, I encourage you to check out BK Crusher, CryptoCrusher.com. Lots of great ideas catching some of these nice moves in cryptocurrencies.